What it do, guys? Welcome to the Size Up. I'm your girl, Big Ski is Faith. I got the homies with me today. Special episode. Yesterday, I was too booked and busy to be at the house. I was not here. I was out and about in the streets. I was doing absolutely nothing today but studying. So I decided that we were gonna do this today instead of yesterday. We'll be back. We'll be back. Um, but um, wanted to first kick this off. We're going to talk about what happened in Uvalde, Texas last week. Um, it's amazing. Um, the inconsistencies of everything, the rumors that are going around, all the stories, what's fact. So we're gonna delve into that today. I want to kick this off because I am a Boston Celtics fan. I want to kick this off by congratulating the Boston Celtics in going on to the NBA Finals. I hope y'all beat Golden State. I like Stephen and them, but because they did my boys, the Grizzlies, the way they did them. This is personal, and this means war. Boston in six. I got Boston in six. So hopefully, you guys have gotten the rest that you have needed. But I hope and pray that the Boston Celtics whoop those tricks. Okay. I need y'all to do that. I need y'all to do this. I just wanted to put that out there right now. Um, in our good news segment, we got quite a few stories, and I'm gonna kind of run through these a little quickly. I did not make slides, y'all. It's a lazy day for me. I'm trying to study and get my life in order. Y'all pray my strength here. First of all, Yari Shahidi is now a Harvard graduate. Congratulations to her. She graduated from Harvard this past week. Very proud of her. She is going to continue on her journey with Grownish. She and I cannot remember Aaron's government name, but she and Aaron, along with newcomer Junior, who, of course, Marcus Scribner, who plays Junior on Blackish, or the show formerly known as Blackish, because Blackish did finish out their series at the end of the season. So congratulations to Yari for graduating while working, going to school and working at the same time. Very dope of her. I cannot wait for the new season of Grownish and what the turn is for that show, and how they make that story great. They always have very good seasons. They don't have bad seasons at all. So I can't wait to see what season 5 has to hold and bring to us and for us. So congratulations to her. We posted this on our page. There's a young lady who graduated from Dillard University who gave birth and ended up having to have her own private ceremony at the hospital. They delivered her diploma to her. Her name is Jada Sales. She went into labor and was admitted into the hospital 4:30 a.m. on May the 14th, which was the day she was supposed to walk across the stage. She did give birth to her baby. They notified Dillard University's president, Dr. Walter Kimbrough, of the situation. It was then Kimbrough, who was wrapping up his time at Dillard, decided that he would bring graduation to sales the next day, closing out his time at the HBCU. Jada, he posted that she texted him around 4:30 to let him know what happened. They did her graduation ceremony in her hospital room. And so they got a tape of it and everything. And it was awesome. She has her bachelor's degree in criminal justice and corrections. And Lil Mama was an honor student because I see honors cords around uh, her gown. So I'm super, super excited about that. Excited to see where that degree takes her. Congratulations to Jada on that accomplishment. Um, Also, and we're gonna have to do an all shine episode. We normally do it around graduation time because we have so much shine to give to people that are here. I believe in giving people their flowers while they're here on the earth, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And so this young lady, by the name of Danielle McCleave, she is the first Black woman who to become a doctor of architecture at the University of Hawaii
Mm-hmm.
at Manoa. She holds a Bachelor's of Fine Arts degree with the emphasis in sculpture and painting from Belmont University. From there, she pursued her doctorate at the University of Hawaii, winning the Hawaii Architectural Foundation Award for her thesis entitled Redesigning the Hood Using Culturally Aware Wellness as a Tool to Inform Architectural Design. And she made history, the school's 115-year history to be the exact. Um, so she's awesome. She is out of 116,242 architects in the country, licensed Black architects actually only account for about 2%. Um, and the Black women architects make up only about zero point 0.4 of that 2%. So I think this is awesome. She devoted a lot of her time to researching equitable housing and culturally aware design practices in architecture. So she works her work. She plans to continue incorporating that into her practice. And I'm excited to see what her plan is to do. We need. I understand that we have a blight issue in our hood, in a lot of our inner city communities. Um, and I wonder what it would look like if we had more of our Black architects give back to projects
Mm-hmm.
that helped us build up our communities. We have investors coming into our communities, building up and flipping houses and selling them for 10 times what they're worth. We see gentrification that's taking place 100%. But what about the people that are staying in the community? They're getting put out of the community or pushed out because either they can't afford to live in that neighborhood anymore, or they're taking money to sell houses that was passed down from generation to generation. So it's a to me, it's not a crime. I know legally it can be done because capitalism, but I wonder what it would look like if we actually had some Black architects and some people that were in the real estate industry band together to make affordable housing, but nice affordable housing, if that makes sense. Um, a lot of the programs, they have a lot of red tape that you have to get through in order to get, housing. And basically you end up having to pay 10 times as much in rent, seems like, than it would be to even buy a house. Although, of course, the housing market is a little crazy right now. It's still cheaper to buy a house than it is to rent a home, or rent an apartment, which is crazy because they have gone up on the rent, and that's a really, really bad problem. I actually want to do an episode on that. We're gonna have to do some research and stuff, but I definitely want to do an episode on that. Maybe have some real estate people on that particular episode because that is a huge problem that we're facing in our communities, all over not just here in Memphis. It's ridiculous here in Memphis, but
Mm-hmm.
all over the country, they're experiencing that. And you have these big investors coming in and bulldozing our neighborhoods, which is really, really crazy. But congratulations to Miss Cleve, Dr. Cleve, my bad. Um, the Indianapolis Museum of Arts names its first Black woman president, and she is the current president of the Texas HBCU. Her name is Dr. Colette Pierce Burnett. She is
Mm-hmm.
a former tech professional who currently serves as the president of Huston Tillotson University. I've never heard of that school. They're in Austin, Texas. They're a historically Black college or university. Um, She's been a champion for education, receiving honors in 2021 for her work as the co-chair of the mayor's task force on institutional racism and systemic inequities. Oh my God. Now she'll be leaving her role at HT to serve as the new president and chief executive of the Indianapolis Museum of Art at Newfields. making history as the first Black woman to hold the title in more than a century. And all these news stories that I am reading from or I'm pulling from is from Because of Them We Can. If you guys want to know that there are Black people doing awesome things in the community, y'all check that out. Because of Them We Can. That's where I normally get a lot of my stories from. Um, so make sure y'all check that website out. They got paraphernalia too. I need to buy me some shirts and some hoodies and stuff from them as well. The museum has been rife with controversy over the past couple of years. Accusations of racism causing a former associate curator of American art to resign in 2019. The curator wrote a letter to the president, Charles L. Nabel, calling out the toxic, discriminatory, and racist culture. In March of 2021, rumblings would resurface. The institution posted a job listing looking for a director who would help maintain this traditional core white audience. Oh my God. So they had to apologize for that description because it was only supposed to read traditional core art audience, but the damage, of course, was already done. They had to implement a $20 million endowment to procure works from underrepresented artists. Um, so it's been a mess. So hopefully and prayerfully, Dr. Burnett can come in and make sure she cleans up this mess. But why we got to come in to clean up y'all business, man? That's crazy. That is crazy. Um, Speaking of artwork, I saw this and I was super amazed by it. So you remember the piece in Good Times that JJ, it's the dancing piece that they always show in Good Times that JJ supposedly painted. Well, that painting was actually painted by an artist by the name of Ernie Barnes. It's called the Sugar Shack painting and is sold for $15.3 million.
How much again?
$15.3 million.
The
So
one
it
with
was,
them dancing and like they in
yes,
the club.
yes. So
Okay.
it's in Good Times. It's featured in Good Times, always in the closing credits. Also, it's on Marvin Gaye's album cover for his 1976 "I Want You" album. Um, Ernie Barnes is a legendary artist. And he was also a pro- professional football player. I didn't know that. Um, but he turned into an artist. And I love this painting. I definitely love it, but it auctioned off $15.3 million in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes. Um, it was inspired by his childhood memories of his North Carolina town. The painting depicts a dance hall filled with a variety of Black characters, all inspired by cues as they move to the sound of the band. The elongation of the subjects has become a style known as Black Romantic. Not only did the work become a cultural symbol, as evidenced by its portrayal in other culturally iconic moments, but Barnes himself also rose to cultural prominence. He made a cameo with other paintings as well that was featured on Good Times. Now I got to go back and watch Good Times, Lord Jesus.
Well,
Um,
you know you can.
right, right. Um, but he has a lot of paintings and a lot of artwork. The painting was initially valued at $200,000. When his there was an auction at his home. Um, it sold for more than 76 times, drawing 22 bidders, setting a sale record more than 27 times higher than Barnes' previous sale record. The auction again only lasted for about 10 minutes. Um, the Houston-based energy trader Bill Perkins actually bought the painting. And he said he would have paid a lot more for it. Had people kept going, he would have kept going. Lord Jesus, I love it. It's funny. After a lot of our Black artists have passed, they're like Basquiat. I'm going to use him for an example. He is just now getting the prominence. You know what I'm saying? He's passed on. He's just now, his artwork is just now getting the prominence. Of course, you got uh, Jay-Z and Beyonce that probably own some of his artwork, and is being featured in a lot of the things that they do. A lot of hip hop artists and a lot of different artists are now bringing it to the forefront in light. But a lot of these artists struggled while they were here on the planet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, which was quite interesting to me, which is why I believe in giving these folk their flowers while they're here. Speaking of giving flowers, Coco Golf, who is a tennis star in her own right, graduated from high school. Of course, she won her first singles titles when she was 15, and we talked about her. Well, she is now 18, and she graduated from high school and celebrated her high school graduation in Paris. Um,
Mm.
you can see her pictures if you go to her Instagram page. You can see her with her cap and gown at the Eiffel Tower. It's amazing. I dig it. I feel like uh, I feel like um, we need to look. I listen. I was talking. I posted this earlier today. In my mind, I am still in Las Vegas, sipping drinks in a cabana by the pool. And and while I'm there, I'm trying to contemplate what I am wearing to go see Silk Sonic. I have got to get out the house. I just feel like I need to be planning trips on trips on trips on trips. I don't need to be in the house. I don't want to be in the house. I want to be out in the streets and I want to be traveling. I don't want to sit in Memphis doing my thing. Couple of more few more good news stories. In Arkansas, there is a young lady who is the first black rodeo queen. Her name is Shadia Kirsch. And she is a Fort Smith native, and she has built a remarkable platform as Arkansas's first African American rodeo queen. I am super excited about this. She graduated from Fulbright College on May the 13th with a bachelor's in art. Um, and she's doing her thing. I promise to God. If you go on our page, you can check her out on our page. Over at the sides up. Make sure you check out beautiful, beautiful black queen. But she's into these horses, baby, and she is a rodeo queen. And I'm excited and I'm proud of her. Good job. Howard University and Nike, they have struck a deal. Nike's Jordan brand has struck a deal um, that will make the iconic brand the outfitter of the school-wide athletics at Howard University. Their current deal is with Under Armour, and it's going to be expiring this summer. So the company will move on to be out, or and the company will be will move on to be outfitted by Jordan Brand under his new deal. So um, the Bisons are gonna be fitted in Jordans, and this is gonna be dope. So all of their attire and everything. There aren't many schools that have the Jordan branded athletics deal. The Tar Heels, UNC Tar Heels, UCLA Bruins, Michigan Wolverines, Georgetown Hoyas, Marquette Golden Eagles, San Diego State Aztecs, the Houston Cougars, Oklahoma Sooners, and Florida Gators. And Morehouse wears the Jordan brand basketball uniform. So I can't wait to see this collab. This is gonna be awesome. Um, Shout out to them. I dig it. That's reported by HBCUGameDay.com. I thought that was amazing. I got two more little good news things, and then we're gonna move on. Black entrepreneur converted a nightclub into Houston's first black owned supermarket. Um, Robert Thomas, he opened the first black owned supermarket in Houston, Texas. Um, and it opened on Black Friday, which was and so this is an old story, but I found it and I thought this is amazing. Of course, in a lot of our inner city communities, uh, we don't have we live in food deserts basically. The closest grocery store in my neighborhood is over on in Midtown. Like those where the grocery stores are. I live in North Memphis. We had a grocery store in the neighborhood, but even though we had the grocery store that we had here, the quality of food was not great. In this supermarket that he sells fruit, vegetables, eggs, vegan meals for the vegan community. He has black owned washing powder, spices, herbs, sauces. He works with over 30 black vendors, which I think is amazing. Most of the vendors at the store say that they've attempted to get grocers to do business with them. One of those vendors included Malcolm Wilson, who owns uh, Darren's with his wife Raven. Um, it's been a minute; they have not been able to do this, so I'm excited. The vendor, this particular vendor sells a broad mix of egg rolls. Um, and so kind of like a soul roll. We call them hood rolls here. I have them in Smooth Living, which y'all shout out to Smooth Living. And I'll talk about that a little later. We just had our 1 year anniversary for the Shot Glass Hour, so I'm going to talk about that experience in just a minute. But basically, these are egg rolls where they put different southern delectables in them: collard greens, smoked turkey, oxtails, rice and cabbage, different things like that. And they put it in this egg roll, and you eat it, and it's amazing. It's really really good. Um, so it's a lot of different vendors that he works with. Rousing Aromas, that's owned by Sparkle Johnson. Coconut soy candles that's being sold. Um, he owned the nightclub called District 1960 before the pandemic shut down the business. And so basically what he did was he pivoted and changed his whole business model into a local supermarket, and it's black owned. So, and I like that he has taken the black vendors and he's working with them. So shout out to him. And this is reported by the blackdetour.com. If y'all are in the Houston area, along Cypress Creek Parkway. Make sure y'all go check his supermarket out. I think that that's amazing and dope. Um, Last but not least, and I was telling Wendy this story. One of my Facebook friends, one of her sorority sisters, talked about her mom went to prom with Danny Glover, and I wish I had done the slides because y'all could see this picture. Um, but her mother, at the time, this was at the time where they were starting to like wear afros, and afros were a big thing at the time. Um, so because they were starting to wear the afros, she decided she wanted to, be black and proud and wear her afro too. I thought this was the cutest thing. Um, Her boyfriend at the time was like, "Nah, girl, we're not going. No, I need you to go get a high con right now because that's what's not gonna happen. It's my prom. We ain't going if you decide that's what you want to wear." She was upset because she wasn't gonna get no high con and do her hair. So somehow she ran into Danny Glover at the mall or walking down the street. This was in San Francisco, and this is before Danny Glover got put on. And when when he saw her crying. And he was like, "Hold on, girl, what you crying for? What's going on?" And she told him, like, my boyfriend just dubbed me. I got prom coming up. This man told me if I don't straighten out my hair, it's gonna be a problem. Well, Danny said, "You know what? Stop crying. Try your eyes, girl. I'm gonna take you. Don't worry about it. We going to prom." So there's this adorable picture of her mom and Danny Glover on the size of page. Y'all go to the size of page. Check out the picture. It's really, really cute. Look like she had a good time. Danny Glover don't look so mysterious in this picture either. I just want to put that out there right now. He don't look like Mister. Um, so I thought that was a cute story. I wanted to share that with you guys. Um, oh, I did not see Paul's comments. Paul said, "Sad the great artists get their most notoriety after they pass. My goal is to own a twins, Jerry and Terry Lynn painting one day." Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Um, let's talk about a little celebrity tea. I mean, a little reality. I don't have a whole lot this week. Little Women Atlanta star Miss Juicy is out of the hospital. She says she's not 100%, but she's still healing. But she is out of the coma and she is out of the hospital. So I'm very very grateful that she is recovering. Definitely continue to keep her in your prayers. Um, so that's that. Shout out to the winner of the circle.
No, we're gonna talk about that on the
Yeah, I'm
sides
just I'm
up.
just giving him a shout out. Shout out to the
Oh,
winner of the circle, my pick Frank.
okay. Why am I sounding like an echo?
I don't know why you sound like an echo. Um, but
Mm.
Frank did it, and we're gonna delve into that and talk about this season of the circle tonight. Y'all make sure y'all join us 80ish for it's on maybe not 80ish. What time you get off work? If we do it at
Nah.
8, we should be fine. We should be
Okay.
fine. Normally our stuff don't last but an hour. You should be all right. Uh, so we're very very grateful, very very thankful for you guys rocking with us. So we will be back here at 8, maybe 7:45, but 8 o'clock at the latest for it's on, and we're gonna be talking about the circle. But shout out to him. Um, it's one more thing I said I was gonna talk about before we move on. I think I've missed it. Oh, Candy. Candy is upset with Andy Cohen. So Candy was on last week's episode of Watch What Happens Live. Riley, her daughter, was the guest bartender, and it was last minute because whoever they had as the guest bartender couldn't make it. First of all, I got a problem with her being the guest bartender. Let's talk about that real quick because she ain't 21 yet. I can't hear you. Uh,
I said, let's see. And see, I'm just hearing this echo.
I don't hear nothing.
Okay, Candy.
So, at any rate, while you looking up Riley's age, um, Riley was asked by Andy Cohen.
No, she's 19 years old.
Yeah, you ain't 21 yet. How you bartending? Andy, child labor laws illegally. I can't pronounce the word I'm trying to pronounce. That's illegal, bruh. Um, so let's talk about how Andy asked Riley, has her relationship with her dad Block gotten any better? And Riley was like, we don't have a relationship. Like, we just don't. And left it at that. And I didn't feel like Riley had a problem with Andy asking the question, but Candy had a problem with Andy asking the question. She said she wished she had not have asked that question at all. But here's the thing too. This was really last minute. Riley wasn't even supposed to be on the show. I don't know why she was with Candy, but she wasn't supposed to be on there. They last minute asked her to be the guest bartender. So basically, they ask you questions when you're a guest bartender or when you're a guest on any show. You didn't have the opportunity to, what's the word I'm looking for? Vet the questions that were going to be asked to you. The other thing is, Riley's 19 years old, about to be 20. I feel like she's adult enough to answer truthfully how she feels about her dad. Um, so I don't know why Candy was upset with Andy about that. Um, what do you think about that, Wendy?
Girl, hold on. I can't even. I was.
I can't even hear you.
Hold on. Coming. I don't think anything about it because, like you said, the girl is a young adult. She is now able to vote. So, she can say basically what she wants to say.
I think
Now,
so too.
because if say for instance somebody asks Joshua, what's your relationship like with your dad? I'm not gonna be get my panties all bunched in a wad.
What I mean,
And
and,
he's
and
16.
so it and let me say this: if she feels like that was something that was hurtful to ask Riley, but you also made this your storyline on the Real Housewives
Mhm.
of Atlanta too. That's the other reason why I got a problem with that.
Mhm.
Um, because you made it your storyline. Um, you made it your storyline. So because you made it your storyline, I don't think it would be off limits. Just my thought. And you
Mhm.
had and you dragged Riley into the storyline.
Mhm.
So now you want to say, hold on, why you asking my child questions? This was your storyline for like almost your whole time on the darn Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm just my thought
Mhm.
process now.
Mhm.
Um, word on the curb is Mariah settled her lawsuit with Bravo.
Also, did you hear the podcast with Carlos King?
I did not. Go ahead. Spill the tea, baby. Spill the tea. That's what
Well,
we're here for.
I still got some more to do. I still got more because it was a lot, and I only listened to a little bit of it, but mostly apparently they wanted her for the real life of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she was already in the makings of Married to Medicine. At first, Bravo didn't want to do Married with
Married to
Medicine
Medicine. Okay.
until she got with some producers that work with Bravo, and then Bravo went ahead and picked it up.
So they wanted her
Um,
on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
they actually did some scenes with her
Okay. Okay.
to shoot, for Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they
Yeah.
was like, yeah, she needs to be on TV. So I realized I ain't got my light on. Is that better? Okay.
I mean, I couldn't tell. I ain't know. Um. So okay, cool. So
So I mean, you just have to listen to it. Like I said, I was driving when I was listening to it because I didn't feel like listening to any music and stuff. So I said, well, let me see what's on podcast. And then I said, Carlos King. I said, okay, let me go ahead so I can get some more tea on this. So, yeah.
okay. Okay. Um. All right. Well. I mean, I hope she's happy with the decision that she's made. Meanwhile, Nene is still pressing on with her lawsuit, which I hope she wins. I still hope that Lanithia wins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what nobody say because she ain't lying. That's all I got to say. She's not lying.
She ain't
Um,
long.
she ain't lying. So apparently Monique and DL Hughley are now beefing.
For what? I see, you know what? I am not in the loop like that because I don't listen to the radio like that. So
And
I don't
okay, so
know.
it wasn't on the radio. Let's start with that. It's on all the
Okay.
blogs.
Okay.
They were supposed to do a comedy show together in Detroit this past weekend. Apparently there was a contract dispute. Monique was supposed to be headlining the show. DL, I guess, thought he was supposed to be headlining the show. I don't know who was supposed to be headlining the show, but you know how Monique do it. She gonna put it in her comedy show. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so she put it in the comedy show. Called DL B nigga, a
Mm-hmm.
punk, Uncle Tom, a coon, whatever. What does DL even stand for? Now I know what DL stand for, but okay, that's fine. You want to go there? Let me read word for word what this man posted, and I was like, "Come on, DL, you ain't have to do that." He posted a picture on his Instagram of Monique as Precious as mama. He said, all you have to do is check the order of the names on the ticket stubs from last night and you'll see who's confused. Against my better judgment over the objections of my team and 4 other occasions where I said no, I decided to take a chance and work with Monique. Oprah was the problem. Tyler Perry was the problem. Charlemagne was the problem. Steve Harvey was the problem. Lee Daniels was the problem. Netflix was the problem. Now it's my turn. At some point, it can't be everyone else, it's you. Lesson learned. I didn't have anything personal against Monique. People paid a lot of money to laugh, not to hear about your contract. Apparently, the role you played in Precious turned out to be an autobiography. I wonder who's next. Daryl Lynn Hughley. That's what he signed in response to the comments that she made about DL. So I don't know how long this beef is going to go on. Now, keep in mind, we did indeed find that Oprah, Tyler, Lee Daniels, Steve Harvey, I'm not going to say Charlemagne, but I am going to say those 4 people Had a conversation with Monique. Well, Oprah still ain't had her conversation. I don't think. I don't think Oprah gonna have her conversation because
Mm-mm.
Oprah said, "Who gonna check me, boo? I'm a billionaire. Okay, you trying to get the
And you are what?
fine? Okay.
That's basically
So
how
I don't
Oprah
think
sees
Oprah's
it.
ever gonna apologize, but Tyler apologized, Lee Daniels apologized, Steve Harvey apologized. Okay, they had their conversations. I don't think Charlamagne owes her an apology because all Charlamagne did was ask her a question. She got mad. So Netflix, I don't know. I don't think it should have been made that big of a deal. You can say no and create your own opportunity. I will still stand behind that. Like Wanda Sykes did. Wanda said, "All right, Netflix, y'all want to offer me $250,000? Let me go on over here to what was it, Flix, one of those stations, and let me do my comedy
Mm-hmm.
special." And she got millions of
Right,
dollars off of that. You
right.
know, take a pivot, make the turn, do what you need to do to make it better for you. She could have started a bidding war if she had have
Mm-hmm.
solicited to other stations to shop her comedy show, out. But she wasn't wrong because the blackballing shouldn't have happened because she said
Mm-mm.
no to going overseas to doing the press and the tour and all that stuff. And without her doing the politics of the Oscar, she ended up winning the Oscar for the role that she played in Precious. Okay, you got your Oscar, but now she's saying she can't work. It's too much. Everybody's a problem. And I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring light to a situation. Um, and you can bring light to a situation without bringing all that attention to yourself as well. I get it. Um, but yeah, so hopefully they squash this. I don't know what their relationship has been in the past. Um, the comedy community is not a large community, if that makes sense. Just like Black Hollywood is not a large community. So I would like to think and I would like to hope that they could mend whatever fences or whatever is broken, even if it's the decision to never work together again comes
Mm-hmm.
about. I'm sure everybody will be fine with that. Just my 2 cents. But yeah, I saw that and I said, "Oh my God, not again, God, no." So we're about to be
Here we go again on our own.
fine. I'm just saying, it's pretty crazy. Um, so yeah, so that's that. Oh, by the way, I talked about the Celtics. Guess what? Nia Long's baby daddy is the head coach of the Boston Celtics. So I'm really excited now. And she's excited that they won. She was at home watching the game, doing her thing. Um, yeah. Shawnee and Pastor Keon tied the
It's
knot this weekend.
she's married now.
He's married now. That was quick, man. I guess you know what? I guess if the timing should not matter. And the reason why I say this is because once you older, you know what you want. You done put things on the line. It shouldn't take long. It's a lot of us that, a lot of people, now I ain't gonna say us, a lot of people are special friends for many, many years. And when you are a special friend and you never walk down the aisle, right now, DMX's fiance, she has no claims to that man's assets at all. Period. He never put anything in
Mm-mm.
writing to leave anything behind for her.
Mm-mm.
Everything is gonna go to his million children he got. It's gonna be split up. Cause I mean she has no claim to anything. Um, so she did have some friends that joined her. Evelyn Lozada and Jackie Christie were both in attendance to the wedding, and the wedding was in Anguilla. Listen, let me tell y'all this. I want a destination wedding. Whenever I get married, we gonna destin. Okay, we're gonna be on in a destination that is not Memphis, Tennessee. We are gonna be destinationed. Do you understand me?
These are
Because
destinations.
I promise to God, the Aisha Hines. I posted
Mhm.
this on my page, baby. I was here for that. I got to find it. Aisha Hines, who plays Henrietta on 911. She's a bald, dark skinned actress, beautiful woman, amazing actress. I did not know she wasn't gay in real life because she plays a lot of gay characters. Husband tall is I don't know what. I cannot remember. I think they went to Grenada and got married. Baby, that wedding was fine. You understand me? Them dresses, the gowns. Each one of her bridesmaids had a dress catered to their body type. Okay,
It
it
looked
was
like
beautiful,
wedding dresses for the bridesmaids. I was
huh?
like, it kind of looked like wedding dresses from the bridesmaids.
It was gorgeous, baby. I was for the color schemes, and if I'm gonna be married on somebody's island, just got this, husband on somebody's island. I'm getting married, baby. I'm
On somebody's
excited.
island.
Okay, on somebody's island,
On
I'm
somebody's
gonna be married.
island.
TD Jakes officiated the ceremony, and the Isley brothers performed during the reception.
Hmm.
So this was nice. I wonder if Shaq was there. It was shady, I know. Um, all of her kids, they were nice. They look cute in their garbs. The kiddos. Um, Oh wow, Miles, Sharif, Shakir, Amira, and Miara. I think I pronounced that baby's name right. So I think her colors were like blush and gold. Her wedding dress was gold. It was not white. So, because clearly, girl, you done had 5 babies. Uh, um. So it was amazing. That was gorgeous. That was great. Um. She It's funny though. Shaq made this comment on a on a podcast. He admitted
Hmm.
that he was the reason why they got a divorce. Duh, we know Shaq. We know. He was saying he was being greedy. He had the perfect situation. His wife was finer than a mug, kept giving me babies, still finer than a mug. I had it all. I don't make excuses, and I don't make excuses. I know I messed up. When I didn't have that, I was lost. 76,000 square foot house by yourself, lost. No kids, go to the gym, nobody playing in the gym. You go to their room, nobody's there, you start to feel it. And yeah. And then he went on to say she's about to marry a fine young gentleman. I'm happy for her. And we have a great relationship. Um, it's amazing. Um,
Mm.
it's amazing. So she of course has 5 kids. Pastor Keon, has a 9-year-old daughter from a previous marriage. Um, and so he's excited. He's excited. She excited. We excited for her. So she did her first and last episode of Basketball Wives. So I don't believe we're gonna see them. I do hear that they are doing a VH1 wedding special.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah, of course.
so I'm gonna be interested in seeing that. But again, I don't know. T.I. and Tiny Son King graduated from high school, but this ain't the story I'm about to tell. This ain't the story I'm about to tell. We got to get into a couple of other stories in a minute. This man went to Waffle House telling somebody that he was finna whoop the cook at the Waffle House. Let me say this real quick. If you get into a fight with anybody at the Waffle House, guess who it ain't gonna be? The cook
Girl,
at the Waffle House. I don't know what he thought this was. How you go in the Waffle House threatening people?
that's called entitlement. It's called entitlement. You think you can kick these folks' butt because of who you think your parents are, but you don't realize these folks don't give a dang
We
who your
don't care that
parents
you
are.
T.I. and Tiny Son.
They're gonna kick your butt,
They
and
gonna
they're gonna
kick your
show
behind.
you who they are.
As a matter of fact, they gonna whoop your behind. You gonna get the whooping that you ain't never got. That one was the cockiest out of all of their children, though. He really was. All the mother babies, Major is that's my, I can't wait till he graduate. I love that baby. I love him. I love him. But that King is a little cocky little somebody. And nope, 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 nope. I'm glad the young man graduated. Let me go there. But I just think you ain't been in no type of fights in your life for real. Your parents have guided you and guarded you with money and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. No, you wrong for that. Um, I don't want to talk about Bobby Brown.
Oh, about his new show coming out.
Oh no, his sister is dragging his wife for Phil.
Um,
Um, let me see. Devon Franklin. We talked about that, did we?
about him being one of the
Relationship
what's my
experts on.
first on Married at First
I don't
Sight.
agree with it.
It's
I
going
just
the
think
worst to worst. So how you gonna get somebody who's no longer married?
sometimes maybe they have learned from their mistakes. We don't know what your mistakes were because we don't know why you divorced your wife. Um, but oh yes, we missed this. Um, so last week, Walmart decided that they were going to do Juneteenth ice cream. Okay,
Girl, that tripped me out. But what kind of flavor was it? I
it was red velvet cheesecake. That was the flavor of the ice cream. So a lot of people didn't understand why we, because I was completely and clearly upset. Okay.
you know what? It's
So
like
let's talk about
this.
it.
Let me tell you before you talk about it. I ain't care one way or the other because why? I was not gonna buy it in the first place, and I'll yield my mic.
Let me tell you why I have a problem with it. And hear me out,
Mm-hmm.
because here's the thing: we need to have a problem with stuff like this. Black anger. People keep saying, "Well, black folk want to be angry." Right? No, 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 no. Let's start off with the fact that let me compare Target to Walmart. This is why I like Target better.
Mm-hmm.
Target have black vendors that they work with. I'm gonna put Honey Pot on the as an example. Honey Pot is a black owned feminine product vendor. Okay, I've used some of her products. Praise God, they're amazing. Okay, let me just go there. Um, they have taken every opportunity to, they're black. Every time there's a black partnership that they make where they're selling their products out of Target. Tabitha Brown, for instance, we just
Mm-hmm.
talked about that last week, right? They
Mm-hmm.
make it a point to put them on the forefront, to make them, because
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna buy the white products at the Target
Mm-hmm.
and the Walmart. We're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got a black owned ice cream company that you sell and have a partnership with at Walmart called Soulicious. Okay, I think I pronounced that right. Soulicious or Soul Delicious. Instead of allowing a white man, because that's who
Mm-hmm.
owned the company, a white man to come with the Juneteenth ice cream, you could have taken the opportunity to put this black lady on.
Mm-hmm.
You see where I'm coming with this? This
Mm-hmm.
is why we need to be, and if we as a community come together on this, they'll stop doing the stupid stuff. No, we ain't got to buy the ice cream, but guess what? I bet the white people was gonna buy the ice cream.
Oh yeah.
So just because we don't spend our money, it doesn't mean anything. They needed to be dragged for Phil so they could pull that mess off
Hello.
the shelves. Can you? Oh, you on the phone? That needed to be pulled off the shelf. So you know, I think that needed to happen. We needed to express that. We needed to tag them in message, every message. We needed to tag them in to make sure that they understood that we were not okay with this. Period. what they try to do, or what they're trying to do, and Dollar Tree is, it needs to be dragged too, because Dollar Tree got some 1865. They got, oh my god, they have Juneteenth plates, cups, napkins, 1865.
Hey,
They got
Faith.
this, huh?
Okay, you're gonna have to cover it. Give me about 5-10 minutes. He told me to pick him up.
Oh, okay,
So I will be back, you guys. Just listen to Faith. I'll be right back.
okay. So it's they found a way to commercialize Juneteenth, and that's my problem with that. There shouldn't have been an opportunity to capitalize off of what we do. We can't go, we don't capitalize off the 4th of July. We don't capitalize off of a lot of the holidays. We don't. We don't. So we get something and you want to commercialize something. First of all, Juneteenth is not about it. Juneteenth is not about, it's a celebration of freedom. But it's funny because that 2 years later, people didn't even know they were free. Let's start with that conversation. Not only did they not even know that they were free, we had to continue to deal with Jim Crow after that. We did de facto racism after that. There are things that we still had to endure and we still had to have to overcome as a people. And you on this trajectory of, let me find out how I can make some money off of this holiday, that recognizes the atrocities and the pain that we had to go through in order to gain freedom in a country that we didn't even want to be in the first place, that we didn't ask to be here. So that's why there is the anger, and that's why we should speak up. I don't care what it's about. If you don't feel like it's a big deal, but that's the problem. The problem is the reason why we keep getting done in for the blood of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is because we don't open our mouths and say anything. It's, oh, it's okay. Oh, they don't mean no harm by, or they could mean harm by, but we don't care one way or another. That's disgusting. We should not be okay with anybody commercializing something that's for us. Period. We shouldn't be okay with that. So I had a problem with it because you had the opportunity and you failed royally to make that opportunity. Cream-alicious. That's the name of that baby's ice cream. Cream-alicious. She has a red velvet cheesecake ice cream. I can't wait to go get it because I, now that I know, and I'm gonna go get some Cream-alicious ice cream. That is her brand, black owned. It is available at Target. I'm sorry, it's not available. It's not available at Walmart. Somebody said it was available at Walmart. Go get Cream-alicious ice cream. Blissfully Southern Cream-alicious. Right as Rain Red Velvet Cheesecake is one of her flavors. So I make sure y'all check it out. I don't understand why. Yeah, I ain't know what why you was like, I'll be back. Um,
Okay. So what did I miss?
I was just talking about how Dollar Tree got the Juneteenth party stuff. They got the plates and the napkins and the forks and the decorations for Juneteenth.
Mhm.
Now I don't.
Here's this. I'm mad because the city, Memphis, the city of Memphis and Shelby County are off for Juneteenth, but the state we gotta work. I thought they made it a holiday. I thought the
Oh, girl, I
president
got to
made it,
work anyway. I will be. Well, no. Well, Juneteenth is on the 19th, but we won't be
but the
observing that
19th is
holiday.
Father's Day
It's
because
also
that's my sister's
Juneteenth, right?
right because that's
It's
my
also
sister's
Juneteenth,
birthday.
huh?
I said because that's my sister's birthday. So you know if you working for the city or the county, you don't work on weekends.
Either the Friday or that Monday after, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Right. I still got to work. I
You're
still
not
have to
alone.
work.
I'm used to getting these holidays off.
I know. I still have to work, honey. I definitely still have to work. Um, we're gonna. This is the last story before we get into Uvalde. Uh, let me tell y'all
Mhm.
something.
Yo,
I
say.
always gonna ride for my school. I don't care who who got something to say about it. That's my school. That's my favorite college football team. It's Jackson State University, and is and will always be. That's my
Okay.
favorite football
It
college
surely
team.
is. Shh, we on live.
Let me talk about how Nick Saban is a punk. I can call him a punk. I ain't gonna call him no
No.
coon. I'm sure gonna call him a punk
Don't make it
because
like his face.
what you fail to realize is that you wrong, dog. So Nick Saban accused Jackson State football. He accused some other schools too, but we finna talk about Jackson State because it was some people that felt like we shouldn't have felt some type of way about him calling us out because he called out other schools too. Nick Saban accused Jackson State football of paying a football player $1 million to attend the school during a speech on Wednesday night. Jackson State paid a guy $1 million last year that was really good Division I player to come to school. It was in the paper. They bragged about it. Nobody did anything about it. The Alabama football coach didn't say which player he thinks it was. Rumors of the multi-million-dollar NIL deal between top prospect Travis Hunter and Barstool Sports began to fly shortly after Hunter committed. Sanders says Saban's comments were a lie and that he plans to address them on Thursday. He said, you best believe I will address the lie Coach Saban told tomorrow. I was awakened by my son, Shador Sanders, that sent me the article stating that we paid Travis Hunter Jr. $1 million to play at Jackson State. We as a people don't have to pay our people to play with our people. So don'ts and don'ts. Okay. Um, a source close to the JSU program told the Clarion Ledger, because that's where I'm getting this article from, that there was no deal in place between Hunter and Barstool in December. The next day, Jackson State coach denied the rumors during a television appearance on ESPN. $1.5 million. I heard $1.5 million. I heard Dave Portnoy of Barstools. That's the biggest lie I've ever heard. You know what that is. It means we kicked your butt. We took what was ours, and now you've got to make up an excuse. Why? Ain't nobody getting no million
It's
and a
it
half.
kind of reminds me of Calipari getting mad about Penny Hardaway getting recruits that he wanted for Kentucky.
It's the same thing. Like what? Tell me what? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. When you start paying athletes like they're professionals, this is what Saban said. Oh God, go. Why did you move from my article? When you start paying athletes like they're professionals, you get athletes acting like they're professionals. Sanders said, and you don't have staffs large enough and equipped enough to handle a young man with money. Let me go deeper. Handle a young man that's making more money than some of the coaches on the staff. Hunter has an NIL deal with J5 Cap, a black owned Mississippi based coffee company. He said in a recent Instagram video that doesn't have any new endorsements. Deion Sanders' son Shador is the first college football player to sign an NIL deal with Gatorade. He also has deals with Beats by Dre and Brady Brand, among others. Deion Sanders and Nick Saban both have endorsement deals with Aflac that they starred in together in a television commercial last year. So there are some NIL deals on the table, definitely. But let's talk about how you make $9.5 million. We got $8 million budget for our entire sports department. That's why I had a problem. Don't come for Jackson State unless you want. Unless we send for you. You mad because the black players got balls enough to go and play for their schools, to go and play for their people. You mad at the colors for going to play at the color school? That's what you mad about? Because they won't come shucking jive for
Yeah.
you? That's the
Yep.
let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. That report was never confirmed that baby got $1 million NIL deal. And Travis said, how is it that I got $1 million NIL deal and my mama got 5 kids living in a 3-bedroom house still? Where they do that at? Sanders' son got the NIL deals that he got after they had an award-winning football season.
Mm.
Oh, good. That look good.
Girl.
How, Sway?
That high C orange lava burst.
Oh, they have a whole, it's orange lava burst? Is that what it, okay.
And now their drinks are all sizes are $1. So you can get a large for $1. So
okay. So I really want him, and he tried to apologize. It was a little backhanded.
He was forced to apologize. He tried to.
Instead of having a conversation, and Deion Sanders was like, "No,
you meant
I need because he tried to call Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders said, I ain't answer his phone call. We're gonna have a public conversation, and you're gonna publicly apologize to me, okay? You guys are against the NIL deals. Let me say this: I ain't against the NIL deals because what y'all have done was pimped out our children for years
and everything
just
for what, a scholarship, and that's it. Y'all making millions and millions of dollars.
Let them hurt themselves. Let them hurt themselves. If they hurt themselves, that's it. No more school for them. Y'all ain't got no backup money for them. They lose their scholarship because they hurt themselves. So if I get an NIL deal, I got a little money I could pay to finish school. You leave these babies with nothing.
And see, you have a future football player.
I do.
So I know you're gonna be on it. You're gonna be the mama of Mama Jersey. You're gonna have the management on Mama Jersey. Okay.
Tasha management is gonna go into effect. Don't play games.
And I will be there to help assist you too.
I'm gonna be somebody's shero up in here. I told him, I said, sir, you need to do good in school because what we're gonna do is, I don't care about the NIL deals at this point. I still have the same goals for my son because at the end of the day, I still want you to graduate from college. That's what I want you to do. So I said, what we're going to do is we're going to get us an academic scholarship and you do a partial football scholarship. That's what you're going to do. So if something happens, not saying I want my baby hurt, but if something happens to you while you're on that football field, guess what, my guy? You still going to finish school. You can go coach after that. You can go commentate after that. Like, we have a whole plan, baby. We have worked out our plan in life. Y'all don't understand. I'm the real Tasha Mack. Don't play games. I done told him what we
I can see you. I can see you doing it.
We got a whole 10-point plan. He be looking at me like I'm crazy. I be like, son, no, this is what we gonna do. So no, we're not playing them guys. And every parent, we need to stop acting like, let me say that the only reason why my baby plays sports is because he absolutely loves it. And that's what he lives for. He lives for sports. But I emphasize education. Emphasize it. Make the grade. Do what you got to do so later on you can do what you want to do. Make the grade. Do what you need to do. Get out. So that, hey, my guy, we ain't got to worry about that. What we do in our community is if our kids are good at something, we push them to be good in that particular thing. We don't push the academic part. We push the sports part because our son is going to make it to the NFL or our son is going to make it to the NBA. We push that instead of the other part of it because it's not promised. Everybody don't make it to the NFL. Everybody don't make it to the NBA. Everybody don't do that.
With Joshua, I wanted him to play soccer.
Baseball is another one that we don't push our kids to play. Right. And they got unlimited. We got cap salaries over here with the NBA and the NFL. They ain't got no cap on their salaries at the baseball.
And I'm gonna tell you, I kind of wish I did have them in baseball, though. But
ain't got no cap.
I try to get him into soccer, and you know me, I'm a competitive person. So 2, 3. He started when he was 2. So
Yeah,
2, 3, 4, I knew he wasn't going to do anything. But at the age of 5 or 6, okay, you need to start picking up some
yeah.
skills. And by the time he was 7 and he was still playing in the grass, we're gonna take you out. You ain't for
So
this.
Joshua started off, my Josh started off in soccer. He played soccer in T-ball and baseball. He started off and he was playing in the grass at 3 and 4. They put him on goalie. He was actually pretty good as a goalie. Very, very good. He paid attention then. He didn't pay attention when he was in the field. So they just switched his position and he was catching the ball, blocking it so the other team couldn't, get in. Baseball, he paid attention. He wasn't playing at grass. Baseball, actually, he ended up being the catcher on the team with the baseball team.
And I sucked at it.
You did not. But I tell this story all the time. My brother, before he had kids, was trying to get Joshua involved in sports, right? So he was like, "Hey, okay, so go fill out the application, take his birth certificate up there, and just get him some cleats. And I got everything else. I'm paying all the fees." I said, "Okay, cool." So we get up there to the field, right? And I'm filling out the application. Josh watching the boys play football. He see the boy hit the other boy. He's wait a minute.
Joshua said, my name is Lee and I can't see. My name is Bennett. My name is Bennett. I ain't in it.
That man said, no. No. I said, what you mean no? No, I'm not. No. I said, what? No. He said, that boy just hit that boy. I said, yeah. He said, no. I said, oh, Lord. I called my brother. My brother was hot. He was like, what you mean he don't want to play football? I said, that man said, no. He saw the boy tackling the other boy. He said, nope, he ain't finna be the one.
I am a nerd, woman.
Get out.
And you know what, Josh? Ain't nothing wrong with being nerds.
Now, what y'all in here for, huh?
I'm in here for a reason.
Huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with being a nerd.
Nothing wrong with it. But he said, nah,
he said, I see y'all later. I bet I wish a man would.
I wish. Okay. He went in I wish mode. All right. So Uvalde,
yeah.
Oh my God, make it stop. So Thursday, which was the last day of school, in Uvalde, Texas at Robb Elementary. Very grim time in that place because there was a assassination. I say assassination.
It was pure evil for me. I mean, for somebody to go into a classroom, barricade the room, and just start firing on these little kids. And hold on, and I'm mad at Facebook. Yes, I said it. I'm mad at Facebook because you can put me on Facebook jail for talking about blowing up spiders, but this dude put on Facebook he about to kill his grandmama. Plus, he's gonna shoot up a school and what?
Yeah, so that's what there was no Facebook jail for you. So let's talk about this. So May the 24th, Salvador Ramos, who was 18 years old, shot his maternal grandmother at her home.
Because she was trying to stop him.
He crashed his car in a ditch near Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas. As he fled the scene wearing a tactical vest, he entered the school with an assault rifle in hand and deadly intentions. He didn't make it out, but before he died, before law enforcement went in and shot and killed him, he killed 19 children and 2 teachers. Days later, his trifling parents, his mom first. I have no words to say. I don't know what he was thinking. He had his reasons for doing what he did. He had his reasons, helpful. And please don't judge him. I only want the innocent children who died to forgive me.
How can the innocent children forgive you if they're dead? Is that what you just said? That she wanted the innocent children who died to forgive her?
I'm still on. He had his reasons.
So I bet I'm pretty sure that these parents and parents of the other kids who made it are on her butt for what she said.
Everybody need to be on her. But then his father apologized. He said, I just want people to know I'm sorry for what my son did. I never expected my son to do something like this. He should have just killed me, instead of doing something like that to someone. To someone?
And you know what? And then it's rumors. We don't know how true this is. They should get these officers that responded should be fired if this is true. Because it's rumors that they went inside the school and got their kids
to get their
out.
own kids. So I'm hearing the different rumors. I'm hearing that they went in to get their own kids. I'm hearing that they went in to evacuate kids. Y'all left this idiot in the school for 40 minutes.
And my heart goes out to the family of the teacher whose husband died a couple of days after she passed.
Yeah.
Because they left 4 kids behind.
They have 4 kids.
And he literally died of a broken heart. That's all I can think of. And I can understand his pain because I'm a widow myself. And he just couldn't stand to be without her. And that just hurts me because now 4 kids are without a mother and a father.
Correct. They're saying that he was bullied. Some people are saying he wasn't bullied.
Hold on. I was bullied in high school. I was bullied too. You don't see me shooting up anybody.
First of all, we don't let's go here. We don't shoot the people though. That ain't a norm for us. We don't
because we get the person that's doing it, and that's it.
Or we don't, or we never do.
Okay,
or we
that's
never
true.
do, and we just go on with life.
With that being said, I am tired when news outlet asks what do you think can be done. This is what I said. I said, because apparently the Republicans who are pro-life and always
I'm finna get on them niggas.
Let me say it. These Republicans that are pro-life talking about what we could do, what we need to do with our bodies if we conceive and get pregnant, that we shouldn't kill our babies, but y'all pro-choice when it comes to the guns. Make it make sense.
Talk about Eddie Monster real quick.
It makes sense.
Let's talk about Eddie Monster real quick. Instead of sending condolences out to your constituents, you decided to utilize this opportunity to further your platform on gun control. That's what you decided to take this opportunity to do. I don't know if you have said that you are sending out any condolences to the families or anything. It's with this, they're gonna take away our gun laws. This is the Democrats' way, sir.
We don't care about you having a gun. An assault rifle is something that nobody.
We don't care about that at all.
We don't need. You can have a gun. Shoot, I might get a gun, but here's the thing: I don't need to get an assault rifle. I am not in the military. I am not in law enforcement, and I think those types of guns should be for the military and the law enforcement. And so, with that being said, if these Republicans are trying to reverse Roe versus Wade and making doctors, clinics, anybody that helps a woman get an abortion responsible, we need to also, and I agree with Whoopi when she said it, we need to also hold these gun show vendors, these gun store owners accountable when they sell these weapons to these people and it is used for the assault rifle.
The rules and regulations in the state. Let's talk about that, because even with Roe versus Wade being passed, they're going to leave it up to the states to make the rules and regulations. It's the same with gun control. Mm-hmm. So remember the guy that shot up the Waffle House in Nashville. He got the gun from another state that had lax gun laws. That
state needs to be held responsible. So it should be. I mean, whomever
Yeah,
whomever they get the gun from, they need to be held responsible as well.
absolutely.
And this is what I don't want to hear. Well, y'all, but you can get them illegally. We're not talking about illegally. Well, what about y'all crimes and stuff like that? Hey, when black folks kill, they kill the person they want to kill. They don't go and shoot up
I mean,
a whole
they
store.
do. Let me back up. They do a drive-through shooting. They do kill
Okay.
people in the process, but they not going into no school randomly killing folks. They're not. We don't do stuff like that. Ain't what we. That's not our norm.
So you can't, I say, but look, stop trying to justify these killings. That's what you're doing. You're justifying. So
And
you're
that's so
saying,
weird. Had it
so
been a black person in the school, that man would have been gone. It would have took 2-3 minutes for them to go in their school to shoot that
but
man.
you can see the white dude in Buffalo got harmed, was not
They
harmed
gonna
at
arrested
all.
that man. This is ridiculous, man. My heart.
And I'm not saying that I'm mad that they killed the dude, because I'm happy because he was going gun crazy. But why couldn't they do it to the other guy?
The other guy in Buffalo only is being charged with 1 count of first-degree murder, too. That's the other thing. He killed 10 people. 1 count of first-degree murder. 1
So
count.
okay, I don't even want to talk about that. Okay. You done
1
made
count.
me mad. You done made me mad.
1 count.
You done made me mad.
Yep.
You done
1
made me
count.
mad.
So right now, I'm gonna read the names. Let's also talk about the first responder that found out by his daughter's best friend that his daughter died.
Mm.
I don't think I could read these. I'm gonna have to pull this up another way. I got your picture, and I was gonna do that. I can't read it.
Mhm.
Hold on, let me find it.
Like, girl, I'm looking at this Pepper Chef catalog. Why I'm highlighting everything? I need to hurry up and win the lottery.
Okay. Here are the names of the 21 victims of the Uvalde school shooting. McKenna Lead Elrod, 10.
Mm.
Layla Salazar, 11. Miranda Mathis, 11. Nevaeh Bravo, 10. Jose Manuel Flores Jr., 10. Xavier Lopez, 10. Tess Marie Mata, 10.
Mhm.
Rogelio Torres, 10. Elahania Eli Amaya Garcia, 9. Elahania A. Torres, 10. Annabelle Guadalupe Rodriguez, 10. Jackie Cazares, 9. Uzziah Garcia, they don't have an age for Uzziah. Ja, Jace, Hase Carmelo Luvanos, I think I did that right, 10. Maite Juliana Rodriguez, 10. Jalea Nicole Seguero, 10. Irma Garcia, 48. Eva Morales, 44. Amarillo Garza, 10. Alexandria Lexi Anaya Rubio, 10. And Alethea Ramirez, 10.
And did you say the two teachers?
I did. The 48 and the 44-year-old. I did.
And they died shielding those babies.
Yep.
And I was looking at one of the stories where one of the kids, where they heard the gunshot, and he told his friends they found a hiding place. And the guy went in, I think it's the same room that thought that he shot all these other kids. And when he told his friend to be quiet or the dude was gonna get him. And so he heard somebody say, "This is the police. Yell if you need help." A little girl got up, "We need help." And the guy shot her. And then that's when the police officers came in and shot the boys.
Y'all
I mean,
let
shot the
them
boy.
babies. Y'all let them babies die. The parents are outside trying to get into the school. They threaten to tase the parents if they try to go into school because it's an open carry state.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it's an open carry state, and open carry means I got a gun, you got a gun, we all got guns. Let's go in here and do what we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
They would not allow the parents to go into the school. Of course, we talked about earlier there was a rumor of the first responders going in and getting their kids, um, which I didn't think. So here is the press conference. The Texas Department of Public Safety Colonel Steve McGraw said,
Mhm.
we thought there was time to retrieve the keys and wait for a tactical team with the equipment to go ahead and breach the door and take on the subject. From the benefit of
I
hindsight,
I call
where I'm
BS.
sitting now, of
I
course,
call BS.
right, it was not the right decision. It was the wrong decision, period. There's no excuse for that. But again, I wasn't there. They roasted that man and grilled him, and they should have, and rightfully so. And I see a lawsuit. I see a
Oh
lawsuit.
yes, it's gonna be a lot of lawsuits.
You know what I'm wondering? You know how we found out that the stock market has funds for each state, that they've invested to get a return on to pay off the families that are killed by police officers in each state. Remember we talked about that?
Hmm.
Wonder if they have that for the school shootings.
Now here, this is my. You know what? I was listening to. I was watching. I think it was the Today Show or something like that, and there was this teacher talking about the security of her school. Or was it you who was just telling me about this? I'm hearing this somewhere where
So
the girl had the they she was talking about she has a little necklace or chain that when when something like this goes on, they have a button that would lock the doors.
no, I don't.
Was that
I
was
don't.
that what
No,
you?
I haven't talked about it. So, and let me say this: there's a way. So, here's my thought process behind all of that. And of course, this was something that you had to kind of quickly think on. At banks, they have a security system to where I'm sure they can lock safes and stuff, but they have a security system that would alert police or authorities of anything that's going down, where you don't have to pick up a phone; you just have to push a button. We have that security feature at our office, where all I have to do is push a button. If is going ham, somebody going ham at the office, and they acting a fool and they threatening them, we got a little button. We push, police come right on. Um, they need to have that in the schools. The school, that particular school, because it's a neighborhood school, they don't have the same security that we have at our. We got to get buzzed in at our schools here. That's not an inner city. That's a small town. Okay. So
Right.
because it's a small town, they got an old school building. They can just walk in and out the door. They don't have the measures put in place that we do. Now, I'm sure they're going to invest the money into making sure that those measures are put in place. Absolutely. But they
Um.
don't have the same type of measures. They don't have metal detectors and all that stuff. They don't have you got to be buzzed into the school. They don't have that. They don't have that. So a lot of people's like, I can't get in my kid's school. Nigga, you stay in the hood. That's why you can't get in your kid's school. Like, come on.
And then I heard those parents was just there for an award ceremony.
Yeah, they were. Kids had just gotten their awards for the year end, uh, doing their thing. Yeah, they were. They absolutely were. It's sad. I promise it's sad. It's really, really sad. It makes absolutely no sense. None whatsoever. I literally hope they sue the pants off of everybody involved. I hope they get the closure that they need. I know that's a hard thing. You're never gonna get over that.
Mm-hmm.
Those babies that lost both of their parents within 2 days of each other, I definitely hope that the community rallies around them. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's sad. But I definitely want you guys to keep them in prayer. I pray that they cover that town and that city. It's going to be hard for them to pick up the pieces. I did read that there are a lot of the principals that were like the principal at Columbine and the principals at the different schools that have experienced uh, the school shooting situation. They they have a group that they rally around whatever school that's going through that at that time. They do rally around those principals. Kind of, they kind of have a support group there. So I thought that was a good thing. They shouldn't have to have a support group, but they do. Um,
But you know what? When the Parkland, Florida thing happened, a lot of the seniors who was 18 was fed up with what the government was saying and
Right.
the rhetoric that was given to them, and they helped vote some of those Republicans out.
I need them to do the same thing and take that Abbott need to be gone. That mind need to be. Did you see how what's that man's name? That ran for president, Beto O'Rourke, while
Uh-uh.
Abbott was giving his speech. Beto was talking cash money to Greg. Greg decided he was not going to the NRA conference because they were having an NRA conference in Houston. Houston wanted to cancel it. They couldn't because they had a contract. Payments
Mm-hmm.
had already been made, that sort of thing. So they
Mm-hmm.
still had it, but Abbott decided that he was not going to attend. But there should be more done. Y'all need to
Mm-hmm.
vote that man out of office.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to, if this don't make you upset and pissed off, children, innocent children, that ain't had
And you
nothing to
know
do with
what?
nothing.
And you know the thing that goes through my mind is how terrified they must have been. How terrified these babies were. And there was nobody that was there to save them.
Nobody. Y'all sat outside the school, and it was 19 officers there. Y'all was waiting on a tactical team, and it was 19 officers there. Y'all mean to tell me y'all ain't had no type of training? None. 19
But
officers on the
but and then I really hate that those people, those police officers got, if it did happen, they got their kids out while this man was shooting up the other kids. I understand you want to make sure your kids are safe, but you could have handled that situation by finding that guy and ending him
Y'all
quicker.
could have
Because that
shoot
thing
your man in the
happened,
head, shot
was
and
it
killed him
like
anyway. Yes.
45 minutes? He was doing this for 45 minutes,
Yes.
45 minutes to an hour. Do you know how long that is? And when you
And you
think
was
about
waiting
it,
on a
that's
tactical team. This is an
a long
emergency.
time.
Yeah. You waiting on a tactical team. Where the tactical team was coming from? Where were they coming from? Heaven? Yeah, I mean, like,
Make it make sense.
make it make sense. Were they hours away? I'm confused.
I am too, Faith. I'm so confused. I'm like, you know what? The way I feel, I was so mad, and I could not stop crying because I'm just thinking about those babies.
Yeah.
And yes, they're babies, even though they're not infants, they are babies, they are
They babies.
innocent
9
kids.
and 10
And
years old, they
and
babies.
then to think about the kids that witnessed this,
They're
think
gonna
about
be
the trauma they're gonna go
that's
through.
gonna be traumatizing.
So every
It,
time they hear a
everybody
gunshot,
at that school is going through trauma. That's traumatizing.
I'm just thinking they can watch a movie, and every time a gunshot goes off on a movie, they're going to be wanting to run and duck.
Yep.
It is going to be traumatizing. And I'm
Very
going to tell you
traumatizing.
this: homeschooling, their rates, their attendance is going to
Oh,
be
it's about
going
to
up.
go up. It's about to go up. It's about to go up. All right, y'all. Well, that is all we got today because I ain't got the slides together. So we're gonna sign off. We will be back here at about 8.
You might, because now I don't have to pick up my child.
Oh yeah. We'll be back at about 8-ish.
Mm-hmm.
For for its own, we're talking about the circle. I can't wait to discuss it. It's gonna be amazing. We
It
do have a
is.
series finale that we have to talk about, and that's This Is Us. I did
Okay,
watch.
I was disappointed in the series finale.
Were you?
I was totally disappointed. I would have been happy at the train, the episode before the series finale being the series finale.
Gotcha. I got you. Um, yeah, I guess.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, we'll talk about that. We're gonna talk about the circle. I don't have any. I didn't watch none of the reality shows. I
I
couldn't
didn't either.
catch. I
We're
caught.
gonna do better.
We are.
I thought I was gonna catch up today, but I
I've been
ended
watching
up
Stranger Things all day long.
with Stranger Things good.
Yes, Stranger Things.
See,
Now,
I haven't started that yet.
Stranger Things is so good. Now, I don't know how you gonna feel about the little monsters and stuff, but Stranger Things is awesome.
Okay.
So
Girl,
let me tell you what.
hold on. I gotta tell you something funny. How come you know Nicole Brown Johnson, right? She just saw them and was talking about
I
it
saw
on
that.
her. And so my mama wanted to watch it. And I just laughed at her. She's like, what's so funny? I said, Mama, that's so old. That was
Didn't that
2
come out
years
like last
ago.
year? Did we watch
Yeah,
that last year?
I was like 2020.
Was it 2020?
It was 2020 during the pandemic.
Okay. I thought it came out last year. Okay.
And my mom kind of sleep want to see it. So
Oh
I said,
Lord.
if you're ready for I said, Mama, I don't know if you want to watch something like that.
You're ready for that.
So, but it was funny.
Gotcha. Well, we're gonna sign off. We'll see you guys here 8ish. I'm gonna call my mom and see what she wants because she called me right before we started. To see
Yeah.
what she needs.
Go see what
And
Mama
we'll be
wants.
back. All
All
right.
right. Bye.
Bye. Oh Lord. Hold on.